Hey guys, Jeff here with Ghostnet Gaming, and hey, I'm back. Yeah, I'm doing another vlog. It's been a little while. Kind of been busy. Life, camera issues, a couple other things. Making swords, making shields. Yeah, I've been busy doing other stuff. If you guys have been paying attention to my Instagram and Facebook and stuff, you'll have seen some of the stuff that's going on. Also check me out on Twitter. I'm now on Twitter, yeah. That's new. So I'm kind of haunting around there trying to figure out how that works. And of course I'm always on Twitch doing Twitch-related game stuff, at least until I can figure out how to do the Twitch-related creative stuff, which hopefully is a later goal. So, working on a couple of different projects. I don't have a ton of stuff to show right now just because I haven't had a chance to do a whole lot of work, and I got a lot of stuff to get done in a very short period of time. So I'm going to try to work on getting all that done so you guys can see some hopefully really cool stuff. Other than that, I'm just kind of watching a lot of the stuff that's going on, largely in the cosplay convention community, and I'm kind of, I don't know, I guess I'm going to take my moment to take my my stance on this. So the big thing has been a lot of convention banning of certain cosplays, certain cosplay restrictions that have been going on at various conventions, both locally and internationally at that. And the big one that I recently saw was actually the banning at, I think it was Rose City Comic Con, banning all, more specifically Nazi cosplay or anything similar to that. Now I've seen posts roaming around about this, especially right after they announced it, where the wording was a little vague. Or at least the interpretation that people were finding it, and that's my dilemma. I think with this, it's not so much that the certain bans or restrictions are happening at conventions, because I get the mentality, I get the goal, I get the reason why at certain conventions weapons and props are starting to be restricted or banned after things like London and Phoenix, the stuff happening there. We can't really hold it against them for wanting to do two things. One, cover their ass. Let's put it this way. Cover their ass is a big thing, because they can't keep doing these conventions. The organizations, committees, whoever is running those conventions, they can't run them if somebody shuts them down, because somebody thinks they're not doing their due diligence, they're not making an effort, or if something does happen and somebody goes and lynch mobs them, essentially sues them, whatever. If they don't cover their ass on this, sorry, I need a drink, they can't keep doing this. It's just how it is. They have to do something, and sometimes it's a little extreme, or it seems a little extreme. But we're kind of a very passionate group. So we tend to be very passionate about things, especially when it affects something that we're very passionate about. You see how passionate I'm getting in on this. So, yeah. The restriction of the Nazi cosplays, and I mean, now wording aside, I'll get into that in a sec. Okay, I get it. It does seem like it's in poor taste, and 90% of the time that's not the intention of the cosplayer that's doing it. They're doing a Helsing group cosplay, and well, the major is a Nazi, or any of his soldiers are Nazis, who is a la carte fighting, mostly, especially in Ultimate, Nazis. So okay, so it seems like we're trying to make an accurate cosplay group. Still, we've got to consider other people too, not just our part of the community, the cosplay community, but we've got to consider the other cosplay goers. We've got to consider the public around us. And I've been thinking really hard on this and trying to figure out where I stand on it. I don't know 100% where I stand on this, because right now, all things considered, admittedly, it doesn't affect me, because I have no interest in cosplaying as such. But I know it affects other people, cosplayers that do want to play Red Skull. But I also understand that it affects people that are directly affected by this. Survivors of World War II, survivors of World War I, survivors of anything like this. This directly affects them, because it could, It goes back to that. So I get that. I get where they're coming from with that. Now, on to the second part is wording and clarity. This is where I think everything is hitting the fan, is because the wording and clarity is not necessarily there, or it's vague. Either because they spend too much time trying to go into the legalese, which 90% of us don't understand, or they aren't using enough legal context with which to describe their how their rule works. And this happens all over the place. Everywhere you go, somebody will write a rule and it'll be like, well, what do you mean? What about this? What about this? What about this? And everybody's going to, and there's always going to be somebody, one person out there, at least one person out there as well. What if I wanted to do this in this situation with this scenario? And then just shut up. Just stop. Stop. Quit trying to do that. Now you're just intentionally making the situation worse. Because now people are getting outraged because you're using all these big, scary words going, oh my god, they're not going to let us do anything. When, all in all, it's not that bad. Along that line, we had a situation here in Alberta where a rule was passed down a little hurried and a little rushed. And this blew up. In the cosplay communities across the province and nearby, and at the convention organizers, it blew up. It exploded, and it kind of got out of control. They rectified the situation by scrapping it for now, and they have made efforts to try to create a kind of a go-between between the cosplay community and themselves. Next time I want to make a rule set. Now, that I'm okay with. As long as everybody's kind of on the same page and everybody's looking out for everybody, because a lot of the rules were involving higher inch heels and stilts and stuff like that, and the safety that involves therein, which I understand their side on that one, because yeah, safety. There's a lot of times where as a whole, I think either side isn't quite thinking about what we've got going on, and this is where the two sides need to communicate. They need to talk to each other, and they need to go, well, okay, we don't think this is safe, but this is what we do to make it safe, right? So here's the two sides of it. Also, it was very last minute, and I think that was mostly what affected it, because there were a lot of people that were in the last couple of weeks of finishing up. There was, a lot of other issues that came in there, and it was just last minute. Their intentions, I understand their intentions. Application may have needed a little work, but they're working on it. They are making strides to work on it, and that's a great thing. So, I mean, it's hard to say. There's a lot of stuff going on, and definitely, like right now, up here in Canada, we're not dealing with a lot of the issues that some other countries are dealing with. So, and there are a lot of us kind of doing the armchair commander view of everything that's going on, going, oh, well, they're going to do with us, they're going to, they're going to take away our guns kind of mentality. When in the end, when you really, really look at it and really look really hard at what they're doing, they are trying their best. And if we're hostile, nothing's going to get figured out. There's no going to be no happy medium unless both sides start talking. And this can be applied anywhere else. Both sides need to talk. And we need to kind of work together to make it good, fun, and safe for everybody. Because nobody wants anything bad to happen, and everybody wants these to always be a fun experience for everybody. But if we want that to happen, the organizers need enough room to be able to look at the situations and deal with, especially in their particular areas. Because, I mean, us, up here in Canada, okay, well, we're taking shots at this convention for doing this. I'm not, but, and we're going to it, but we're not right there. We don't live near where this convention is taking place. So we don't know the actual community environment. We don't know how volatile it is, how safe it is. We don't know what's going on because we don't live there. We're just going out there for a weekend. So what we think is no issue because we aren't having that issue here doesn't mean it's not actually an issue there, and that we need to take that into consideration. Yeah, so that's kind of all I had to say on that. It's the most current event thing I've talked about ever. So hope you guys enjoyed checking out this this vlog. I'm hoping to get back to being consistent. I'm not even going to make any promises. It's just I'm going to get these out when I can, when I got stuff to talk about, when I got stuff to show you guys. I've got tutorial videos up. Or coming up. I've got a couple of fun little projects that I'm starting. Don't quote me on when they'll be out, because I've got a lot of work on that. The interviews are coming again. I'm trying to get some stuff for that fixed. I had some issues with the other camera I was using, so I'm in the process of fixing that and getting those videos out, so they will be coming out. I've got 3 or 4 or 5 interviews that I've done that need to get posted, and they're going to happen. You guys are going to get to see some additional local cosplayers, and some of these guys are awesome. So, and I'll get back to doing more of those in the near future. Tutorials, I've got with my latest project, I've got a prop build that I'm working on that, and I'm actually going to record as much of the process as I can that isn't super boring for you guys to check out, so you can actually see the full process from concept to finish of what that prop entails. It ended up not being made kind of the way I wanted it to originally, but it's still gonna be pretty cool, I hope, and getting to see the process will probably be pretty fun for you guys. So stay tuned for that one. That's gonna be coming in. That one I can guarantee I'll start putting out in the next month, because I've already started recording the videos for that. And if you guys enjoy that, I'm going to do more of that stuff, and there's going to be more coming along those lines in the near future. So you won't have to just watch me play video games the whole time. You'll be able to see some of the other stuff I do. Reviews, and hopefully I'll be introducing my my latest partner in Ghost Knight Gaming. I'll have her introduced soon, and we'll be doing an intro video for the channel itself. So it'll actually be a nice intro video at the beginning, and she'll start doing some stuff and some videos and vlogs to show up on the channel too. So stay tuned for that. I hope you guys enjoyed checking this out. I'm hoping to have some more fun prop stuff and armor builds and stuff like that armor back in the corner there that I really need to finish. Yeah, I'm going to work on that eventually here. I promise. And then you guys get to see that, and you know, other really cool builds that I do for my kids, because I've got a couple of neat projects on the go, and I'm getting some help on the fabric side of that. I'm rambling now, so I'm going to go away, and I will see you guys again next time. Have fun. Keep gaming.